I decided I better write it down and read it because as you see the book, I'm that wordy. I'm Ann Miller Woodford and I'm from Andrews, and my father is the one that really inspired me to put the words in this book because he was a great oral historian. His name was Pyrrell Miller, Deacon Pyrrell Miller of Andrews in the church, Mount Zion Baptist Church of Andrews. I wrote this book and we talked about it being called When All God's Children Get Together. Well, the subtitle of it is A Celebration of the Lives and Music of African Americans in Far Western North Carolina.
Amen.
So I will sing a word or two as well. This song is one that they say is the only one that they could find that was a sad song that was a spiritual. Lord, how come me here? Lord, how come me here? Lord, how come me here? I wish I'd never been born. They treat me so mean, Lord. They treat me so mean, Lord. They treat me so mean, Lord. I wish I'd never been born. They took my children away, Lord. They took my children away, Lord. They took my children away, Lord. I wish I'd never been born. Amen. Slavery was terrible, heartbreaking, and it was a peculiar institution. And it tore families apart. It removed human dignity, and it often broke the human spirit. But we can find something good that came out of it, and that is the fact that black church developed out of slavery. Christianity came about in the black church because of the slaves being able to get together. They were able to sing together, fellowship with each other, and never stopped anybody else from coming and being a part of that. And it's still that way today in the traditional African American churches, where our doors have always been open to everyone. African American spirituals like Wade in the Water and Down by the Riverside had escape messages in them. How I Got Over is a song of triumph. And that would be after they got over that Ohio River and got to freedom. And I ain't no ways tired, kept the spirit uplifted. And some hope for the future. Go Down Moses and Jacob's Ladder provided proof that Christianity was based in the Old Testament for these people. They took the stories and they lived by them, and it helped them to get through daily. Some of the examples of people who were grounded are the person we talked about, Henry Wister Tate, right now, and much later, Deacon John Corn here in the church at Fort Hembry.
Amen.
Deacon Corn served over 40 years in the Fort Hembry church. And he also worked with a lady in this community called Dorothy Shepherd to locate and document graves at the Herbert Cemetery. And most people have no idea that there is a documentation of the people in that cemetery. John Corn lost his father when he was 7 years old, and he attended the little colored school, Shooting Creek School, but he had to stop school at 9 years old to help his mother after his father passed away. He noted that people didn't pay in money, that money hardly ever traded hands at that time. It was mostly bartering. And that he worked for a bushel of corn a day, and then he finally got a real job, and he was working for $3.50 a week. In 1941, at 17, John went to work for the TVA, helping to construct the Shattuck Dam. And my dad had so many wonderful stories about working at the Chatuge Dam, and my book will show you many of those stories. And it was really important work for these people because it was a TVA project, and that meant that they were able to have a steady job for a period of time. And most of the African American men in our communities here in this far west area worked at the Chatuge Dam. In 1942, he joined the Army, and he left there as a staff sergeant. While he was in the service, he learned to run heavy equipment, and he said that he thought when he got out of the service that he would be able to get a job with the highway department because he really knew how to run that equipment. But oh no. That didn't happen for him, but he's continued on in this community, and he's well known around the community for the work that he's done to help bring down the barriers between people. That has been my goal in life, is to try to help bring down all the barriers that I can between people of all races, religions, age groups. I want us to work together, and